I love playing trading card games. I'm a big fan of Magic the Gathering, but I'll play anything from Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon, Lorcana, Final Fantasy, any weird card game I can get my hands on. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to spend a lot of money doing it, unfortunately. Back in 1999, a company called Decipher released the Austin Powers collectible card game. On eBay, you can buy a booster box of Austin Powers, the collectible card game, for, I think last time I checked, $25. So that's what I did. I have it here. I have a lot of these cards now, and I've made a lot of friends and loved ones play this game with me, and I gotta say, it's not very good. Magic the Gathering and all these other card games, they continue to release expansion sets for their games. So I got to thinking, what would a new Austin Powers collectible card game set look like? And I kept thinking about that because I don't have a lot going on right now. I'm going to make a fan expansion for the Austin Powers collectible card game. But before we get into that, I have to explain what this game is and how you play it. In this game, you and your friends bring 30 card decks. Your deck has to be either good or evil. At the beginning of the game, everyone draws 6 cards, and the goal of the game is to get to either 100 mojo if you're a good deck, or $100 billion of ransom if you're an evil deck. First of all, there are agent cards. These are characters from the Austin Powers The Spy Who Shagged Me film. These agents are either shaggers or assassins, and they also have stats on them called vibes. The next type of card is a swinger card. These have 2 different effects on them. One, you can do it no matter what. The other type, you need to have the specific vibes in order to play it. The third type of card is a happening card. This involves a little mini game where if you're a good player, you put up a little peace sign, and if you're an evil player, you put up your pinky, like Dr. Evil does in the film Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Everyone around the table has to copy whatever motion you're doing, and the last player to do that gets some sort of bad effect happening to them from your card. After that, you score that card and put it in your score pile. The fourth and final type of card is a frickin' bone card. If you would like to use these cards, you have to either choose to shag or assassinate an opponent's agent. You do this by selecting one of your agents to initiate the shag or assassination. If you're trying to shag an opponent's agent, you have to use your agent and then target an agent of the opposite gender as them. Whatever. If you want to assassinate someone's agent, you choose one of your agents to initiate the assassination, and then you choose an opposing agent of the opposing faction. They, in turn, can play their own frickin' bone card that they have the stats in order to play. And then you go back and forth playing cards until one of you can't play any more cards. If you can't play any more frickin' bone cards and you're about to lose, you can turn to the opponent that is on the same faction as you and ask them to
throw me a frickin' bone here.
And they can play their own frickin' bone cards to try and help you out. Winning side scores all frickin' bone cards and scores the agent that they're being played on. The opposing side discards all cards that they played and discards the agent that they were using them on. On your turn, you can do 2 actions. You can play a card, or you can do an assassination or shag. At the end of your turn, once you've done all your actions, you can discard as many cards as you want from your hand if you don't want to play those. Then you draw back up to 6. Everyone actually draws back up to 6, not just you. Then play passes to the next person. This goes around until someone scored 100 points. Doesn't make sense. I don't know if I explained everything very well. So I will attempt through this series to make a fan expansion for this game. A whole full set of new cards to play with. And I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to try and do this like a game designer would do it. I'm going to try and add new mechanics. Maybe new types of cards that you could play. Now, thinking on what the set's going to be based around, you see, this one was based on Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, the second film in the franchise. And in the starter deck rulebook, it actually says that Decipher was planning on making a second set of International Man of Mystery cards, but that never happened because this card game's not good and no one bought it. That would be the logical next step, is making an International Man of Mystery set, but that's boring. We're gonna make a Gold Member set. Although Gold Member is the worst film in the franchise, unfortunately, there are a lot of wacky characters and wacky hijinks that happens in it. So I think Gold Member will lend itself better to making new cards rather than the first film. But I'm not just going to leave you hanging. Here's a card I made. I made just one so far. It's Gold Member. By the time I'm actually recording this voiceover, I have not designed it, so I can't tell you what it looks like or what it does, but you're seeing it right now. Isn't that cool? Oh, wow. I can't believe he does what he does. See you next time, where we'll be making more of these cards and talking about Austin Powers in Gold Member.